We are about to take you on a wild ride through some of the most uncomfortable moments in Love is Blind history. Get ready for awkward encounters and cringe-worthy conversations that will make your worst date seem like a breeze. These love-struck hopefuls said and did some truly unbelievable things in their search for romance, from bizarre name mix-ups to oversharing in the bathtub. This show has it all. You won't believe what's coming up next. Picture this. You are on your first date in the Love is Blind pods. Your heart's racing, palms are sweaty, and you are trying to make a good impression. Then bam, your date calls you by another person's name. Talk about a mood killer, right? That's exactly what went down between Shane and Natalie. Things were going great until Shane dropped the bomb and called Natalie Shayna. Ouch. Can you imagine how Natalie felt in that moment? It's like getting slapped with a reality check that maybe were not as memorable as you thought. But it gets worse. Instead of apologizing, Shane got all defensive and blamed Natalie for his mess up. He started arguing with her, saying it was her fault for not speaking up more. Excuse me? Since when is it the other person's job to make sure you remember their name? It's dating 101 people. Poor Natalie was probably wondering if she should just pack up and go home right then and there. I mean, who wants to be with someone who can't even remember your name? But here's the kicker. This wasn't just a simple slip of the tongue. This name mix-up was like opening Pandora's box of drama between Shane, Natalie, and Shayna. Shane had been talking to both women in the pods, getting pretty cozy with each of them. Can you imagine how Natalie felt? One minute she's thinking she might have found her soulmate, and the next she's realizing she might just be one option in Shane's little dating pool. Talk about a reality check. And let's not forget about Shayna. You know she was probably feeling pretty smug when she found out about this little slip-up. It's like confirmation that she was on Shane's mind, even when he was with Natalie. This whole name debacle set the stage for a love triangle that would keep us on the edge of our seats all season. It was drama, betrayal, and emotions running high. Everything we love about reality TV. So, next time you are on a date and you are worried about saying something awkward, just remember, at least you are not Shane. As long as you remember your date's name, you are already doing better than some reality TV stars. Before we move on, we want to remind you that it's viewers like you that make this channel and all of this content possible. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Turn on your post notifications so that you never missed a video. Moving on now, and speaking of awkward moments, you think calling someone by the wrong name is bad? Well, get ready for a conversation so uncomfortable it will make you squirm. Picture this, a couple's first intimate moment, a luxurious bathtub, and bathroom talk? Yep, you read that correctly. Bartise and Nancy, our unlucky couple, turned what should have been a romantic bubble bath into a total disaster. Instead of sweet nothings, Nancy decided to spice things up by asking Bartise about his bathroom habits. She even shared her own embarrassing story. Can you imagine sitting there in a tub trying to look all sexy, and your partner starts talking about that? Bartise must have been wishing he could just disappear under the bubbles. Now, Bartise tried to play it cool when Nancy asked what he would do in an emergency. He joked, "I would just have to go in the tub." Real smooth, Bartise. But let's be honest, at this point the mood was already ruined. This bathroom chat became one of the most talked about moments of the season. Viewers were losing it on social media, calling it the cringiest thing they would ever seen on Love is Blind. And that's saying something, because this show is full of awkward moments. But this wasn't just a funny and forgettable moment. This oversharing actually set the tone for Bartise and Nancy's whole relationship. It's like they ruined any chance of romance right from the start. Experts say that talking about stuff like this too early can really mess up a new relationship. So next time you are on a first date and worried about saying the wrong thing, just remember Bartise and Nancy. As long as you are not discussing bathroom habits, you are probably doing okay. And maybe save the bubble baths for when you know each other a little better. Love is Blind just keeps serving up the cringe, and Andrew's fake crying stunt took it to a whole new level. Picture this. A grown man secretly squeezing eye drops into his eyes to make it look like he's crying. On camera, in front of millions of viewers. It's like something out of a bad comedy sketch, except it actually happened. You would think the producers would cut that part out, right? Nope. They showed every cringe-worthy second of it. Chris Colin, the show's creator, was just as shocked as the rest of us. But instead of sweeping it under the rug, it decided to air the footage to show viewers the essence of who he is. Talk about throwing someone under the bus. The whole incident became one of the most talked about moments of the season. Viewers couldn't believe what they were seeing. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion. You know you should look away, but you just can't. Psychologists say that fake crying can really mess with how people see you. It makes them question your authenticity and emotional stability. So not only did Andrew make himself look desperate, he probably ruined any chance he had of making a real connection on the show. This isn't even the first time something wild has happened on Love is Blind. Remember when Jessica let her dog drink wine from her glass? It's like these shows are competing to see who can create the most uncomfortable moments. So next time you are feeling embarrassed about something you did, just remember Andrew and his eye drops. At least your cringy moments aren't being broadcast to millions of people. Imagine sharing your deepest feelings while someone's counting reps. That's exactly what went down between Bartise and Raven in the Love is Blind pods. Bartise was opening up about his childhood, talking about his parents' divorce. Heavy emotional stuff, right? But Raven, she was busy doing jumping jacks and crunches. Can you believe it? Bartise is bearing his soul, and Raven's over there breaking a sweat as he's talking about family struggles. She's counting reps. Talk about bad timing. It became one of the most talked about scenes of the season. Viewers were shocked. How could Raven be so insensitive? Later, Raven tried to explain herself. She said, "It was a bad decision. I was wrapped up in the pods. Being in those pods for hours can make you do some weird things, apparently. But let's be real, it doesn't exactly excuse her behavior." This Jim Bunny blunder became a defining moment in Raven and Bartise's rocky relationship. It showed a major disconnect in their communication styles. How do you come back from something like that? It's hard to build trust when one person's idea of bonding is a heart-to-heart and the other's is a cardio session. Social media exploded with reactions. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Many called it one of the most cringe-worthy moments of the entire season. And honestly, can you blame them? So next time you are tempted to do something else while someone's talking to you, remember Raven and her ill-timed workout. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just listen. No jumping jacks required. Well, folks, we have seen some seriously cringe-worthy moments on Love is Blind. From name mix-ups to bathroom overshares, these couples really know how to make us squirm. But you know what? It's kinda comforting to see that even on a fancy TV show, dating can be just as awkward as it is for the rest of us. Let's face it, awkward dates make for great TV, and as much as we hate to admit it, we just can't look away from this beautiful disaster of a show. Will season 6 bring us even more uncomfortable moments? Probably. But that's what keeps us coming back for more, right? We will be right here, watching and cringing along with everyone else, because Love is Blind just wouldn't be the same without all that delicious awkwardness.